Hello folks, this is Steve ffmpeg. You know that one of my tabs is Bleeping Computer. I'm not promoting anything, I'm not recommending anything. Earlier today, before I went out for my Rake the Leaves and Art Health Climb Up Faith Rock Trail, I was reading an article on here and something happened. Now, you know, I've been noticing lately that the Google search engine is kind of going astray. Now, I started computer programming in assembly language in 1983, and I was using ARPANET before there was an actual internet, and I even remember the first day of the new web, thanks to the particle collider group in Switzerland, one of the guys there. So I remember when Alta Vista was the main search engine. There's a lot of bad news on Bleeping Computer. There's so many things going wrong. It seems like with everything. But you know, the one thing that I use a lot is the Google search engine. And I don't like how it's going. I know that they think they're geniuses, but I think they're a long way from what the original guys, Sergey Brin and I forget the other one, were doing in their dormitory room. There's this one here called Hackers Now Use Zip File Concatenation to Evade Detection. And I was interested in that because I never heard of zip file concatenation. It was published today, this morning before I got up. Hackers are targeting Windows machines using the zip file concatenation technique to deliver malicious payloads in compressed archives without security solutions detecting them, and which would mean, like every Friday, I run the standard several Microsoft bad stuff detector software. I faithfully do that every Friday. I don't want it. I've had a couple of incidences of things getting into my computers downloaded from the web. That's what this would be. You download this zip file, and when you decompress it, the decompressor kicks off it doing bad things. Now, after reading the article, which I don't think I'm smart enough to have figured that stuff out, I wondered who they were. And it said this new trend was spotted by Perception Point, that's the name of a company, who analyzed and is mistyping there, who discovered a concatenated zip archive hiding a Trojan while analyzing a phishing attack. You get an email, you click on a link in there, you think the email is legitimate from something authoritative, you click on the link and you're screwed. It lured users to a fake shipping notice. That's a big thing right now. I get them. I get fake shipping notices. I have never opened one of them. I know better. Because I know what I bought. But suppose you're in a company and you're in charge of shipping stuff around. You probably click on everything without thinking about it. I'm not getting down on anybody. So I trust that the link is safe because it's on Bleeping Computer. Okay, so this is the original article, which is a blog by them, Perception Point, whoever they are. And they offer it in, see, I just noticed the British flag. Why don't they have the American flag for English? Francais, Espanol, Deutsche. We could contact them, but what I always do is I scroll down to the bottom and, oh, there it is. Now, I'm sure my head's in the way. Let's see if I can scroll this up and get rid of that. So they have an office in 6 Liberty Square, I'm assuming is in downtown old part of Boston. I'm guessing. Yeah, it is. That's in, if it's like a street and a half over from Milk Street and State Street, it's in. So they've got an office. It might be in one of these old buildings, or maybe it's in that one behind. Oh, wait a minute, that's 48 Kill. Oh, this is very good. Up here it says 48 Kilby, so let me just go right on to, okay, this is Liberty Street, so now this is 6 Liberty Street. Fine Turkish and Mediterranean cuisine. Well, that'll kind of fit in. And here's something called PostNet, copy and print services. But you see this here? You can go upstairs. Now the old number was 813 something. No, now this is 1873 Liberty Square. Oh yeah, there's, yes, that's correct. That's what's right there. Oh, that's a big jump, don't you think, in about 20 feet? I'm having fun, I didn't realize. Have I ever been here? Yeah, a really long time ago, maybe 50, 60 years ago. Now it says 1873 Liberty Square. So the question would be, why don't these guys take me to where I'm supposed to be? And they're saying it's right there. They're saying it's right there. This is Liberty Square. So it's right there. And that's Chinese, Boston Driving School. See the Chinese? So they're showing, okay, so I have to be standing out here. I still think it's up here, but let's say it's up here. Now, that Boston Driving School Alliance, she looks Chinese. I guess the other person looks Chinese too. Okay. Let me point out something. Now, I've done this many years ago. Do you notice the width of the street? You can say, well, that's out in a square. How many cars can get down this street if they allow parking on both sides? Why is it that the street's only that wide and it's got buildings like this? Whoop! I didn't mean to do that. Don't pay attention to that. Can you answer that question? Put it in the comment. I know the answer. I already told you at the very beginning of going to downtown Boston. So why is it? Now, that's not the only street. Oh, look at it. It's a little bit wider. Why was that at Liberty Square like that? And there are a lot of other streets like that in downtown Boston. Why? With buildings like this. Why? Okay. But let's get back to what we're after. So we found where one of the offices is, but haven't you already guessed where the other one is? I mean, these are really smart guys. So it has to be in Tel Aviv. Now this is 3 Rothschild Street. When I was on a certain kibbutz in the 1970s, I worked with a guy his family name was Rothschild. And he was from Norway. And I asked him if he was a part of the Rothschild banking family. And he said, yeah, but at the far edge. And the reason why I remember him in particular, his name was Dove, is that he claimed to have at one time been on an expedition to Siberia, which would have been in the Soviet Union, and actually eaten cooked mammoth meat, a dug up frozen mammoth elephant from, how far back is that? Now we're getting to where I want to show you something. Now I took you to Boston, didn't I? And you saw what the Google search did, right? I want to see if they do what they did to me earlier when I was doing this same thing. Oh, no, don't do that. Come on. Tel Aviv, Israel, 3 Rothschild Street, floor 6. Okay, so I'll do the address this way, so that Tel Aviv, Israel, and I'm including the postal code. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. And they know its perception point. And it repeats the 6th Liberty Square. Good. But the thing is that, like downtown Boston, I want to see where they are. Now, I don't click on this. I clicked on maps, because this is the way I've always done things. So they have all maps, images, forms, blah, blah, blah. I clicked on maps. Okay, there's Israel. There's Tel Aviv. Where's the place? Where's the red balloon to tell me where it is? Three Rothschild Street, floor 6, Tel Aviv. Now when I go to maps, urban place, co-working space, speakeasy, Rothschild Boulevard, meet in place, Rothschild Boulevard 8. Now, do they mean actually Rothschild Boulevard? Did they do that and it confuses the AI genius behind the Google Maps? Regis, Tel Aviv Rothschild Center, which is at Rothschild Boulevard 22, Microsoft Reactor, Tel Aviv, Menachem Begin, Air Sorted, Rothschild Boulevard 45. Why are they giving me all these other places? Delicatessen, Maison Kayser, most of the... Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? So when I go in like this, and look at what are they doing? Oh, there's the balloon. Wait a minute, the balloon is coming and going. What are they doing? Look at how long the list is. Look at all those places they're showing me. And then as I scroll down, they're showing me even more. What do they think I'm up to? Tamara is a typical Israeli female name. What do they think I'm doing? Where's the balloon for the original search? Hey, Google! Where's the balloon for the original search? Or is it that you get paid for doing this crap? On the assumption that because I'm sitting in North Carolina, I'm an a-hole, and you can just do this to me instead of giving me what I'm on. Now, I'm going to try something. Now, what I can see right here is Sderot Rothschild. Now, this is something else I found out that I thought was interesting. This is like Boston. This is actually one of the old parts of Tel Aviv. You wouldn't be able to tell from the buildings today. But do you see this right here? Do you see that actually, I've shown you there are places in North Carolina where the town actually grew up because there was something important and it was a railroad stop. And there are places in North Carolina where there's like a North Main Street and a South Main Street. And what's between the two sides of the road is the railroad track from 150 years ago. So Main Street was on both sides of the railroad tracks because, well, there's something like that happening here, right? This is a beautiful downtown boulevard in the old part of Tel Aviv. And the Rothschilds were way back money instrumental in. So can we figure out the street numbers from this yet? Do you see any street numbers here? I'm in North Carolina. Help me out, Google AI Maps. I'm looking for number 3. There's number 34. There's number 31. Lulu's is at 37. That's over on Allenby Street, which is nearby. Allenby was an important guy. 31. Oh, so they're only showing the ones that are in this part. Oh, there's Lulu's. So is it this way? Did you see it change over there? What are they doing? They're selling. They don't care if they're helping me find what I want. They're selling. Because all these businesses are registered, and every time they do this, they get a couple of pennies. And screw me trying to find number 3. We're down to 22, so I got to go further. And it changed over there on the left side. And there's a watch store. 13. Okay, so I've got to go a little more. Is this the way I usually find them? Is this the way it happened in Boston? What's different about Tel Aviv? Tourism. Sell, 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 sell. They don't have anything they can really sell in that down to old part of Boston downtown street. But look at what they're selling in Tel Aviv. And all I'm doing is trying to find number 3. Now, you notice how fuzzy it is? Have you noticed how fuzzy it is? Why? Because Israel has this agreement with everybody. You don't show satellite views of Israel to help the terrorists. You fuzz it. Okay, so number 8, number 7, number 1. Oh, wait a minute. Here's number 1 right there. Galabia. It's a dress store. It's at number 1 Rothschild. And Eliyahu Marder, that's in the same building, and that's at number 1. And number 7 is, number 7 is here. Maison Cassar. Maison is French. So they're high class, some restaurant. So the place I'm looking for is approximately here. Why isn't there a street view? I clicked in the wrong place. Where do I have to click? There's some trees here. There's Rothschild Boulevard number 4. Well, how come I can't get a street view? Let me try here. Now that's on Yehuda Hatalmi Street. So that's an old brick building that probably has historical to Tel Aviv importance, and it's been Art Decoed, so to speak. Do you see how, wait a minute. Did I tell you that this was the old part of Tel Aviv? How wide is this street? Are we in Boston? Now, wait a minute. See, I'm off the track. But wait a minute, you see this blue sign here? You see this plaque right here? Why won't it show me the plaque? That probably tells us what this was 100 years ago. A little earlier than that, the very first settlement of Tel Aviv, because Tel Aviv didn't exist before the Jews came. It was Jaffa, the Arab town. Now, pardon me for straying. This is like Boston, right? So the place we actually want is here. And now I understand why they're having trouble with the street map. Because this end of Rothschild's Boulevard or street is now a walk plaza and parking lot. Yeah. So you see how they park here? They have all these bicycles. So we need to get to the other side, don't we? But the point is, the people we want are right there. You agree? Now, I'm going to tell you something. When I was in Israel, that didn't exist. You can kind of tell by the architecture, can't you? And I've told you before, this building might have, but these buildings, they weren't there. They all were like the ones you see here. Do you see the building right there? Do you see what it looks like? Do you see what that looks like? That's what the streets in the old part of Tel Aviv looked like when I was there. They must be tearing a lot of them down. Does that look like something like a parking garage? Oh, but wait a minute. Can I? There's a soldier. I can't get across there, can I? Now look at the house. Look at the house. Look at this house. Look, it is a parking garage. It's a parking garage next to this preserved building, and look at the width of the street. What does the width of this street and old Tel Aviv have in common with the old part of downtown Boston? Does it look like they're going to tear this building down, or does it look like they're going to keep the original masonry and renovate it? And this picture was 2019. Hang on just a second. See more dates. Now they pulled another trick. Let's see what it looks like in 2011. See the fence? See the ship building that's abandoned? See how narrow the street is? No, wait a minute, the traffic's coming this way. See the wooden... Okay, so that building was still there in... But wait a minute, there's a crane on top of it. I didn't see this before. There's a crane on top of it. It's under construction. Now what we want to do is we want to get down here and we want to go left, like to the next street corner, if we can do it. Hang on. Hang on. Here we go. Now we're on Herzl Street. That's another important name. Theodore Herzl. He was the one that promulgated the idea of... Now, what does it say right here? It says Rothschild. If we go on to this street, it says Rothschild. Now you see how nice this is? Can you see what the buildings look like right here? Did I tell you it was the old... I've been on this street. I've been on this street a long time ago. And that building probably looked pretty much that way. And so did this one. Okay, you see the style? And you notice this, again, this picture is 2019. But if we look at, wait a minute, if we look at 2011, you see the crane? Where's the crane? What's the crane doing? The crane's right here. What's it doing? Now we go and we look like this. And there it is. This is Tel Aviv. Got it? Now, see, latest date. Okay, good. I don't understand what they're doing here. Okay, there we go. So now this is Rothschild. We're on this side. Can we get on that side? We got on that side. Why did we get on this side? Because this is the odd numbers. That side was the even numbers. You noticed that, didn't you? So the point is we're trying to head toward, and it says right now it's 17 Rothschild. 15. 9. And then we're not allowed through. We're on Herzl Street again. Okay? Institut Français. What does that mean? Institut Français, 7 Boulevard Rothschild. Institut Français Yisrael, open in a new it's in Hebrew. Do you think it's where they have French language courses? What do you think? What do you think? I know this is off the track, but now, this website, Chateaubriand Research Fellowships 2025. Institut Français. This stuff is all Hebrew, but they give us the chance to see it in French. Oh, but when I clicked on that, Google Translate interfered and said, I'll give it to you in English. But this is obviously a graphic, and they can't translate anything. Oh, there it is. A cultural incorporation tool of the French Embassy in Israel. Why isn't it in Jerusalem? The French Institute in Israel aims to create fruitful and lasting collaborations between France and Israel. The French Institute in Israel deploys its action throughout the country, and you can get French lessons. That's what that's about, because they want the tourism, right? Now, I'm way off the track. We can't, the guys that we're really interested in, they're somewhere up in this big thing here. Oh, you see the French flag? In a way, the old part of downtown Boston and the old part of downtown Tel Aviv share certain similarities. But when I originally tried to find where these guys were, they just littered the map with all these places that you can go and eat, and it's money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. That's what it's become. Because if you go back and you look at some of my older videos in the Israeli Sense playlist, where I come to Tel Aviv, as an example, a year ago, 2 years ago, Google Maps wasn't pulling that shit. Go back and look at those videos. Go back and look at those videos. Now, one more thing. This is their article. And we want to get the address. But I don't want to go to Google search. I'm going to be heretical and put the word Bing in. Now watch what they do. They gave me the search engine, but I'm not going to go to Microsoft Copilot. I'm just going to go straight to the search engine. And I'm going to do this. Well, that looks like they're also selling a lot. But they have an insert that if you know Israel, you know kind of which part of Tel Aviv. And at least they put the red balloon there. And you could go to Copilot, and I don't dare do it. But I just want to try maps. Have they contaminated the maps like Google? And it's right there. Look at it. Do you see what they did? Why couldn't Google Search Maps do that? Yes, they're showing this other stuff. And I'm not saying that Bing is, I don't use the Bing search engine. But I decided to do a comparison. So there's places to stay in downtown Old Tel Aviv. But the point is, it's right there, wherever there is. And it's Ahad Aham. That means one people, the one people. Hashahar, I don't remember what that means. Mayor Dizengoff Square. Hang on. So this is Starot. Oh, that's why it's plural. Oh, that's why it's plural. Remember, you see how the traffic goes this way with the arrows, and it goes this way, and we have the greenway there, and you can sit on the benches and stuff like that? That's why that's plural. Oh, and the place we're interested in is, now you notice how this goes like this. They're advertising all kinds of crap, aren't they? You see the narrow street right here? Yehoshua Hatamil Talmi. And there's Ein Ganim. The eye of grains, the well of grains. Now the thing is, do they have, now hang on. Directions, traffic, more, share, full screen, privacy, quick advertising. Where's the satellite view? Where's the satellite view? Don't they have a satellite view? So the place we're interested in is somewhere here. Is this all they can do? Microsoft Bing, directions, traffic, local, my places, print, feedback, full screen, embed a map, settings, What's the matter with them? Why don't they have a satellite view? About our ads. Why don't they have a satellite view? Didn't they make it from a satellite view? See, they know where all the buildings are. Excuse me, folks. What's the matter with them? This is terrible. Oh! I guess if you use it all the time, you wouldn't have any trouble finding it. Okay, now we're getting a view. Here's that little... Oh, there it is. Look at it. No, there it is. There it is. There it is. I was correct. I finally have total confirmation The perception view is on the 6th floor of this building, of this big one here. It's on the 6th floor. Oh, God. You have to have an engineering degree there, but it doesn't do any good. It doesn't do any good to click on this. Can you get a street view? Oh, they don't have street view. So they have a better satellite view than what's bird's eye? All right, that's road. Okay, so it does that. And whatever this big skyscraper is, see, this is the Rothschild parking lot. Whatever this thing here is, whatever that's meant to be, they're on the 6th floor. You know, if I tried to go into Tel Aviv today with the map in my head from when I was there in the 1960s and 70s, I would be totally lost. I would need a GPS. Do you think a GPS would work in downtown Tel Aviv? And it all started with this article. Just showing you what an old geezer like me is struggling with all this advanced, really advanced. No, wait a minute. Maybe I was being stupid. Can I get that address back again? Here we go. Let me try something. I haven't tried this before. I'm having fun. Copilot. Let's see what this is. Interacting with Copilot, you agree to the terms of use, da-da-da-da. Thanks for sharing the address. Is there anything specific you'd like to know or do with this information? Perhaps you're looking for a company or a person located there. So, company. The company located at 3 Rothschild Street, floor 6, Tel Aviv, is Perception Point. They specialize in AI-powered threat prevention to protect modern workspaces, including email browsers and software as a service applications. That's what SaaS means. Would you like to know more about their services or get in touch with them? Okay, one is, see the one here, if you click on it, I think you get it there. So let's click on this. So there's an AI-powered, human-driven security for users across email, browsers, and SAA applications. Threats have evolved. Stay ahead of the attackers. Do you think that's really the people that work there? Especially in Tel Aviv? Deployed within minutes. That must be a happy customer. Oh, those were happy. Oh, we aimed. Wait a minute, they just changed the message. Oh, there it goes. Look, oh, I see what they're doing down here. I saw another name, Salesforce. Hang on. I thought I saw Salesforce. Here it is. We needed to augment Salesforce security with advanced threat protection capabilities not available with the standard antivirus solution, which is what I use, for all content uploaded to Salesforce. By deploying Perception Point's Salesforce Advanced Security Solution, We know that our organization is fully protected from all content-borne threats. Now, I'm going to transition to the end of this based on something I just happened to see Salesforce. Now watch. Salesforce. I'm transitioning to an end. So we go back to /.org. Gophers restored plant life to a volcanic ravaged mountain. Generative AI doesn't have a coherent understanding of the world, MIT research. Washington Post employees, Java proposals, this elephant learned, here we go. See, I have the memory of an elephant. They used to say that when you were a kid. Salesforce to hire 1,000 people for big AI product sales push. Salesforce, the hiring surge is aimed at capitalizing on amazing momentum for the new artificial intelligence product, Chief Executive something said. Agent Force became available just 2 weeks ago, and we're already hearing incredible feedback from our customers. The top seller of customer relations management software, Salesforce, pivoted its AI strategy this year to focus on agents. Now, what's the irony of this? Last thought. What's the irony of this? Salesforce suddenly has some part of their product line. Now it's backed by AI, and that's a new surge, and we're going to get so much business from this, we have to hire people. But in order to protect them from all of now remember, I'm just doing this. If they're really going to have a lot of people contacting them and sending them emails and resumes and all that kind of shit, there's going to be a lot of bad guys in there trying to screw them over with malware and ransomware. So they went to Tel Aviv or Boston to talk to these people to protect them using AI. Because that's what they specialize in. Now, I seem to remember one more thing. Salesforce says AI is crap. Podcast, GeekWire. I just remembered this from like 2 weeks ago. Now, hang on. This is the same guy as they're quoting about we're going Salesforce AI. Yeah, that's him. This is a text of a podcast. Our guest this week on GeekWire podcast is Salesforce CEO. And you saw what I searched on. Now wait a minute, what's the date on this? Quick. What's the date on this? Don't crap me with this stuff. I know you want to sell. Let's see if we can get a date. Agent Force, that's the name of the software that versus Microsoft Copilot. Okay, now we're going to see the bare knuckle stuff. Hang on. So this CEO of Salesforce is almost as strong in his negative sentiments toward Microsoft's Copilot. Now you saw that I used the Copilot, right? You saw me use it. That's the first time I've ever used it. He calls Copilot the second coming of Microsoft's much maligned Clippy Office Assistant. You know who Clippy was, don't you? Second coming of Clippy. He's doing this to it. And asserts the Redmond company is giving AI a bad name by disappointing customers. This is what I saw like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. This is very recent, with underwhelming results and lack security. Now I'm going to editorialize. I'm sure that the reason why he's saying it that way is he's promoting their flavor of AI at Salesforce. Now I understand. Now I better understand what that remark was. I thought he was saying all this AI stuff is shit, but what he's saying is that Microsoft AI is shit. That's what he's actually saying. Now you all, I kept saying this at the end, but you all remember Clippy, right? Let's see if the search engine knows about Clippy. You remember Clippy, right? You remember Clippy, don't you? Steve AB4L, just having fun with all this stuff. You could think of me as being the third generation of Clippy, saying see you in 73. No, the alter ego of Clippy. Yeah, there's no AI here. The alter ego of Clippy, saying see you in 73.